Welcome to day 6 of Business Startup in Public and Starting Up in Canada. So, as a quick recap, I want to remind that I went through a process of selecting my domain for the startup in the previous videos. And in the last video, I decided that sales tech is going to be my domain based on my passion. In this video, I want to talk about reaching out to investors without an idea. Now, I do not recommend this as a strategy. It's just that I do not have an idea right now, but I also want to start exploring meeting people. So the reason for this is as tech entrepreneurs, we are naturally introverted and our default tendency is to lock ourselves in the room, which is a very bad strategy to do a startup, and you then get overconfident about your ideas, about your product without validating it enough. And that is why I want to start a process of reaching out to people very early on. And of course, customers are very important, but also investors are also very important, because how investors feel about your idea in terms of how big it's gonna be will define whether you will attract this investment and you will have that accelerated growth. So I want to share quickly an example of how I believe we can start these conversations early on. So this is an opportunistic message that I started with an investor. I came across his profile on one of the WhatsApp groups, and I was being opportunistic and I immediately dropped him a message introducing myself. And here, if you can see, I'm acknowledging that I'm very early on in my quest, but I'm still looking to connect with with the investors and potential customers to get the feedback. And so the pre-deck here means that I do not have the presentation yet. So he responds with a, and he agrees for a 10-minute conversation. And today I had that call, and as we talked, we connected on one particular topic about me learning French and coming to Canada. And he's also learning French, so he wanted to learn my strategies, and that created a very interesting conversation with him. And then he asked what am I doing, and I suggested why don't we meet up for lunch on whenever you're free maybe. And he agreed, and now I have a lunch date with him. So it's interesting to me because it's very possible, of course, as we send messages like this to a lot of people, they will not agree to meet us. But at the same time, we cannot, I'm thinking we should not make these assumptions beforehand. And based on my past experiences also, I have seen that this fundraising happens with relationship building. Investors usually do not give you funds right away. They want to wait and watch for some time. So it's always good to start these conversations early on. And as you meet a lot of people, you'll always see that there are some people you connect really well with, and then it's very easy to talk to them, and they're also very happy to see you again. And these are the people who will actually invest in me. So that's all for today. See you again.